Hey, it's Rob Brown with Rob's Vlog, and today we're talking engines and engine types. And here behind me is a heyday ski boat. Basically, it's a what is a V-drive, and a V-drive in this particular application has an engine in the middle of it, in the back end here, kind of at a slant. Here it has a transmission that changes the angle through that gearing, and a prop shaft that comes out the bottom, and you have the prop and of course the rudder. The rudder's connected to your steering wheel, and that helps you steer it. This is ideally a surf boat, you see, or a ski boat. Your traditional ski boats, like your Nautiques and things of older days, had the engine in the middle of the boat and a straight prop shaft coming out through. Most of the new ski boats have gone to this V-drive type, where the power is in the back of the boat. It helps to set the boat down. It's kind of a funny shaped boat. This is a boat ideally for running ski courses, slalom courses, wakeboarding, knee boarding. It's really a water sports type boat. And the newest and latest, greatest thing we've been doing for a few years now is surfing, where you see somebody out, the boat's going like 10 miles an hour, and you have somebody on a surfboard. They're not even holding a rope or anything. They're on a board, and they're basically riding that wave that's created from the boat. So this is one type of power plant that we're talking about today, and it's called a V-drive, really best on surf and ski boats. The next engine type that we'll talk about is a stern drive. You might hear it referred to as an inboard, outboard, and IO, but your stern drive is, then again, what is a four-cycle or a car-type engine, General Motors block generally, or Ford block, in the boat itself. And then you have the transmission, which is the outdrive. The drive of this is basically on the outside of the boat. So you have the inboard, you have the outboard. That's your stern drive. You see this on most small runabouts like this. Very traditional engine. You see a lot of them on the market. Big cruisers, sometimes we'll have a pair of them. Mid-size cruisers, just one with a, say, a 5.0 or a 5.7 liter. Like I said, it's a very traditional, call it a stern drive, simply by the way you steer it, where the weight of the engine is in the back of the boat. You tend to move the back of the boat. You steer the back of the boat to get the bow in front of it to go in the direction that you want, hence the idea, the term stern drive. So good runabout boats, water sports, everything other than what we were talking about in surfing. Not ideal for that whatsoever because of the exposed prop shaft here. But tubing, water skiing, and just basic cruising. Nice boat, comfortable, quiet. Been around, traditional now 50 years or better. The third and last that we'll talk about is the traditional outboard. Now, outboard motors have been on the market back to the old rowboat motors of Ole Evinrude's days, back in the early 1900s, and maybe even something before that. You see it on a lot of smaller boats like this. It's a great little sport boat that we have here, but you see them on especially fishing boats. Pontoon boats nowadays are mostly powered with outboard motors. Everything here is on the outside of the boat, simply hence the term outboard. You have your transmission, you have your power plant, all on the outside. Ideal thing about this is generally lighter weight boats, good float planes on them. If down the road you have, say, a real nice fishing boat, you have it rigged out just the way you want it, and every 4 or 5 years or 10 years you want to upgrade to the newest technology, here it really comes down to, most of the time, just 4 bolts, take the engine off, put it on a rack, and put a new one on. So those are the 3 power plants that we generally talk about in the small freshwater lakes region. I guess the thing that I look forward to is in the pontoon market, when do they finally take an inboard or that type of boat to try to create a surf boat? Hey, don't laugh about that. With what they've done in the last 10 years, from going from even stern drives to outboards on these rascals, how are they going to devise a pontoon that you're going to surf behind? I'm waiting for that to come. Hey, it's Rob Brown with Rob's Vlog. We're talking about different power choices on the boats. It really comes down to how are you going to use the boat, what do you really want to use it for, and that's going to help to lead you to the boat that you really should end up buying.